Hello, I'm Tim Nichols, and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth. Today we are featuring the NLT Study Bible in a paper overboard hardback. Now, one great thing about this is you can get it for under 40 bucks, and it's got all the meat and all the bones you could possibly need in a study Bible. And it's one you're not going to be heartbroken if you get it dinged up, banged around. You're not going to mess up the gilding. It does have a nice sewn binding, a pretty little, like a tealish blue headband and tailband with one nice little ribbon. One thing that I think that all study Bibles need to include is multiple ribbons if you're going to put them in there. Now, this is available in a cloth overboard. It's also available indexed, which if you get a study Bible, grab yourself the indexed because those things are super helpful and help you find topics and different things the study Bible has to offer. And it's also soft cover with your fake leathers available. So let's just take a look. And number one, you're going to get the New Living Translation. This is kind of more of a dynamic equivalent, so it's going to have more thought-for-thought words. Whenever, like, the Greek and the Hebrew is a little hard to translate into English, they're going to be able to be a little more helpful and a more smooth read. It's got a blue paper liner. Of course, this is going to be a paste down for a hardback. And a presentation page, like right in the front. And this is on kind of a glossy cardstock, kind of like you would with your maps. And this is going to have pretty much everything else a study Bible would have. Your introduction to your Old Testament, your introduction to the Pentateuch. This has a little archaeological section as well that helps you discover archaeological finds and sources that kind of confirm dates and events and people in the Old Testament. Has a several page chart here. And then, of course, you have your introduction to the Pentateuch, which is standard. And then you have your book introductions to each book of the Bible. And then it also has maps, and it has a theme or a profile. Sometimes it'll deal with a theme. Sometimes it'll have a profile of a person. It is double column, and check it out. They have the references or the cross references in the gutter. This is a 10-point font, so it's a good large print, but it is going to be a little smaller here in your triple column commentary. So pretty much what you see is what you get with this. You'll have timelines, and there's timelines in the beginning of the patriarchs. It has your intertestamental period, your ancient laws and codes. It's going to have several pictures. One thing I like about this is that it's not full color. They're like, look, we're going to keep this as simple as possible so that we can keep the cost down. And study Bibles, as you know, can be extremely expensive. So they've cut all the fluff out to give you exactly what you need without all that extra cost. And I love that they put the cross references in the gutter here because that keeps the text well out of there. But you have your temple articles, priestly blessings, and every now and then one of these will actually feature a person in the Bible. You pretty much see one, like this one features Solomon. So let's get to the back. This is a red letter edition, which is really nice. This has your more rusty red, and it's pretty consistent throughout the book. It's a nice dark text. This looks to be a lower 30s GSM paper, and again, I mentioned earlier, it is a sewn binding, so it is going to hold up for you. Whenever there's a city featured, they will have the map, a good lengthy explanation of the book, an outline, setting, summary, and then it has a little timeline in each book to kind of show you what happened during this time, what was going on around the world, and what was going on in that city. So just a few things I want to point out that Tyndale always does in their study Bibles that I think is a great idea, is after the book of Revelation, they feature something called Introduction to the Time After the Apostles, and they tell you how the Bible came to be, how traditions came to be, how apostolic doctrine was formed, and so much more. And then they have a Greek and Hebrew word index, which I think is pretty cool. It gives you the Greek and Hebrew word, and then it gives you a more lengthy definition and explanation so you can study those words in their original language. Then it has a feature index. Now that's where you're going to see your articles, your subjects, your theme finders, and your profiles and all of that. So if you want to look for a specific person or topic, bam, you have it right there. And then they have a concordance, but it's not just a concordance, it's also a dictionary. So this thing's loaded. It's fantastic. Of course, you got your cardstock glossy maps. So fantastic tool, large print, very affordable. You can snag one right now for under 40 bucks if you want a study Bible in a smooth reading translation. This thing is great. So anyhow, there you have it. Keep calm, Jesus on. This is your Nichols Worth.